So the National God of High School tournament has now begun with Team Seoul, which is Mori, Han, and Mira against Team North Chongqing, which is G- Jim, me, and her teammates Na Jigdong and Jin Kam Kwan, and they actually going to fight up against them, which we actually seen Mori first go up against Nan, which he actually used the pressure points that he actually learned from Nan. But he actually hit the wrong pressure points, which caused the other Nod to actually attack him, which caused Mori to lose the match on purpose. So the first round is on Nod, which the purpose of the game is to have two victories for the first team who actually wins, in which Jin go up against Han, which, despite the fact that he's actually 38, making him the oldest competitor in the tournament, which I highly think that being the oldest high schooler does actually have his advantage. But we actually see how well he's is doing. Meanwhile, we actually saw Q actually saw the assassin from Not, a man named Drake, who actually revealed to be the one who killed Sim. But we actually gonna see how Q actually escaped from Drake's attack, which he actually using the same move that he actually used when he about to attack Mori. But we actually headed back over to the match where we saw Jin using his working man style rice bag toss, then using nail pound on Han, which pinned him to the corner. But we actually saw a little bit of his background where we actually saw how he was mocked for actually entering the tournament after he failed the entrance exam, which Nod actually gave him some reference workbook that he could actually work on while he's at work, which he worked at a construction site, which Jimmy actually is on the Kendall team, which she actually lose her match, which she actually was confronted by Jin, who actually told her that if she gave up, she has nothing to prove. But she won't actually give up because she repaired her Kindle stick and gave her an umbrella, which he never gave up on entering the school exam. But we actually knew how hard he actually worked, which we actually see back at the tournament. We actually saw Jin about to use his door hammer, but we saw Han actually using his Black Taurus, then Vermilion Bird, then White Tiger, then the finishing off with his Assured Dragon, which he actually won for his team. But now it's all tied, which we've seen Jimmy versus Mira, two members who are skilled with swords or actually face off against each other. Meanwhile, we saw Q still battling Drake, but the more members of Nox, which are Priest Xe and then Priest Saturn, actually appeared, which we actually knew that Q is in trouble, which Saturn using his natural treasure dual, dual dull against Q, but O appears in which she knew about him removing his limiter, which causing his penalty to be 3 months without pay. But we actually knew that the two of them will work together against XC and Saturn, which they actually fought and they actually have easily overwhelmed them. But we actually knew they actually retreated, which causing Drake to actually causing himself to self-destruct, taking part of the building with him. And then back in the match, we saw Mira defeated Jimmy with her number 23 of her technique, Win Willow, which her team wins the match, meaning they actually move on to the second round. Which we actually seen the second round, which is Team South Jung Sung versus Team North Jola, which we actually seen Jun Julok, that is his full name, against Julal Tak, which Julok is actually the heir, which we actually seen on the previous episode with his grandfather. As soon as he's about to release his attack, we saw Julal actually attack him viciously, which he actually using his spiritual shark to mercifully, well, actually brutally attacking him, which Miwa about to stop Mori from interfering because of the last time he actually did. But Han actually stopped Julal from attacking Julok any further, which the ring announcer actually stopped them as well. But Julok using his lightning bolt against Julal, but we actually knew that he actually defeated Julok with his spiritual shark. Meanwhile, Q and O actually knew that Nox have sent in their signature, which means that Park is now actually knew what Nox's next move is gonna be. So we actually saw Mori's team win their first team victory, but we actually knew that Nox have sent in their signature, which of course that we knew that Park had to do something, which they also have found out that Jin arm is actually found at the wreckage where their sword of God have actually strike down. But we actually going to see what's going to happen next on the next episode next weekend. Anyway, like this video, subscribe for more, and comment what you think about the episode. You guys can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and my Facebook page. Until then, this anime guy right here saying sign out. Laters, and be safe.